Hi there, Star Pen here. I am the Leaky Gut Coach, and I am the creator and founder of the JIA Blueprint, where I help moms who are overwhelmed, stressed, just scared, terrified, and confused over their child's juvenile arthritis diagnosis. I help to empower, strengthen, and inform you so that you can be the best version of yourself now, so that you can be fully present with your family now, and so that your JIA child can thrive and have a healthy and vibrant future. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, especially if you have a child with juvenile arthritis or love a child that does. If you subscribe and hit the bell, you will get notifications whenever I make a new video, and that way you can stay calm and stay informed. And so please feel free to share it with whomever you like. This helps with the YouTube algorithm. So let's get into it. Today we are going to talk about steroids. They are usually the first line of defense when it comes to the medical treatment of juvenile arthritis, and usually they're not recommended unless there is considerable swelling and or pain. And as I always say, I don't want to date this video, but in today, by saying the date or the year, but in this day and age, no child should be in pain when we have all of these rescue meds in order to give them relief. This helps us to do the work that we need to do to reverse their condition, because if they're in pain, we can't fully do what we need to do. And it helps them so they can have a quality of life, right? So what do we want to know? Do we want the steroids? What do we do once they wear off? What happens when the steroids wear off? Well, the first thing that will happen will be moving up the line of the next anti-inflammatory to the next, and we're going to be going in harder and harder every time. So let's balance that, right? At no point in time should our child ever have to suffer in pain, but what road do we want to go down, right? So let's really be honest and truthful about that. Do we really want to go down this road where all we're doing is suppressing the immune system? We are not reversing or getting rid of the underlying issues that have caused the immune system to act this way in the first place. So, well, there's I don't want to say it like that, like there's nothing wrong with it. We use these meds to get our children out of pain, no question asked, as long as that's something you want to do. And it's something that I strongly believe in. But more so, what are we doing while we're on them? And what happens when it wears off? And that could be one or two things, right? Depending on, what we're doing. So how long does it take to get a benefit from a steroid injection? Usually it's about 1 or 2 days. And then the big question, which I know you've already asked your rheumatologist if you've been down this road or you're on this road, which you probably are, is how long will it last? I've had clients who went ahead and got it done and didn't do anything at all. And I had one or two that said, I did it and it worked. It was like good for a week, not worth it. And then some who get, good long 1 to 3 months of relief. And so that would be the ideal situation, right? That we're doing something like this that has its negatives to it, but we're getting this big old benefit, and we can't know that until we do it. So that's obviously your choice, mama, and your medical doctor's choice, and what you guys decide to do to get your child out of pain while you're doing the work to heal them. But something to really consider is the side effects of these medications. And it's not to put fear of the side effects, but to think about what we're doing, right? Because what are some of the side effects are indigestion. That's weird, right? If we're going to put an injection, let's say in the knee, and we have stomach issues now, weight gain. Well, that's interesting. What would cause that? A shot in the knee? Why? What would cause the body, something with the metabolism to slow down? Insomnia in some cases, mood changes in some cases, sweating, and just maybe feeling anxious and restless. And don't all of these things sound like hormonal disruption or something like that? Definitely something is going on in the body when we administer the steroid that isn't just stopping right? It's not just stopping the immune system from doing what it's supposed to do. And hopefully you don't get many of these side effects or even notice any. But the fact that some people do, it shows that there's something else that's taking place in the body, another reaction that the body has with this. And so we just want to keep that in mind and really respect the steroids and respect the medication and not just think of it as a Band-Aid, because it's going in there and it's doing something that's helping us, but it is powerful. And we do not want to take it for granted and not respect its strength and power and what it can be doing to our child's body. If we do that, then we can really hone in on doing the healing work on their body while they're on the meds. Because what happens when they wear off? Once they start to wear off, that's all that is, right? It's just what was holding the immune system back is starting to break down in the body, get processed in the body. The immune system's starting to break free. Remember, the immune system's our friend, our army. It's going out there. It's going to tell you what's not clean in your child's body, what needs to get removed, what needs to be taken out. And it really all hinges on what did we do during those 1 to 3 months while they weren't in pain. Did we work on sealing the gut, right? With a busted pipe where the toxins were getting into our child's joints and tissue in the first place? Were we working on that whole time? So maybe there's less or no way that more toxins can get into the bloodstream, and we're only dealing with the ones that are out there now. Were we doing that? Were we rebuilding the gut with proper nutrition and reseeding it with probiotic foods? Were we eliminating pathogens, infections, mold, yeast, parasites? Were we creating a more habitable body for our immune system, one that our immune system enjoys to be in, so that way when it comes out, it's in a happy new world? Or is it going to come out into a worse world because we allowed these things to wreak havoc under the guise of that nothing is wrong, simply because our police were put in jail and they're the only ones who would tell us that something was wrong? Does that make sense? It's what we're doing during the time. Because when they wear off, what happens? The immune system goes back out. And the immune system is only going to do what an immune system does. It's going to alert you when it sees a toxin, a pathogen, a parasite, anything in the joint, in the tissue, somewhere else, another organ behind the eye. It's going to alert you when it finds it. And when it finds it, it's going to start cleaning out that toxin, much like it does when your child has had a fever or some other sickness in the past. We see fever, we see inflammation. We know that the immune system is fighting something. And in those cases, we're happy. And the reason is because we know there's a beginning and a middle and an end, right? But when this happens, when the immune system goes after a tissue that is loaded with toxins, and all it can do is just circulate the toxins throughout the body, usually what happens is that immune system never leaves that area. If your child's detox pathways are somehow capable of handling that toxic load and passing it through, it is possible that that would happen. That would be ideally what would happen. But unfortunately, not just because of the steroid, but because of everything before it and all the underlying issues that had been going on under the surface before we even found out that they had juvenile arthritis, pretty much guarantees that their detox pathways are not working properly, that they are sluggish. And so unfortunately, when the immune system finds these toxins, it's not a matter of cleaning them out and us ridding our body of them. Unfortunately, what's happening is that the toxins are just circulating and coming back to where they were, and or finding other tissue and places to go and live in your child's body and hiding there safely for now until the immune system comes and finds them. So I'm pretty adamant about all the work that we're doing while our children are on these steroids. It is so important that we take this time of peace and our child is not in pain. The last thing I want is for someone to say, I'm just going to enjoy this peace, and then come to me when the steroids wear off and we have an inflamed child who now needs next level, and the mom's scared, the kid's in pain. This is no way to heal. So if your child is on a steroid and you do see relative peace, but you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing right now, so that way when they do wear off, that their body is in a healthier state, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to share all that information with you on a one-on-one call. So that is really what I want to inform today, is what's going on in the body when we administer the steroid. The immune system is being held back, right? So the child's out of pain. What happens when we wean off and or they wear off? The immune system gets let loose again. And so really what happens after our child comes off steroids has everything to do with us and what we do during the time of peace while they are on them. I hope this information was informative to you. I hope it gives you confidence. I hope the knowledge empowers you to not be so scared and to know that there is support and there is help out here. All right, I'll see you on the next video.